Do ora la parola al Presidente della National Nuclear Energy Commission del Brasile, Monsieur Francisco Rondinelli Jr.
Good morning. It's an honor to take part in this remarkable event in which government, academia, industry, and other important stakeholders are gathered to establish a collaborative approach to address fusion energy as a promising sustainable energy option. Fusion energy has been a dream of science since the beginning of the nuclear era. But if years ago it was deemed as an almost impossible achievement for science, recent technological developments pointed out that we are moving in the right direction to harness this powerful phenomenon and put it to the service of mankind. It's not an easy endeavor, neither something that science and technology will find ready to be used as wind, solar, hydro, or even fossil fuel energy. Like nuclear fusion must be developed, it must be made achievable, and we must work together to overcome the huge obstacles to be faced along the way. Fortunately, many concrete elements are already available to us, from the comprehensive understanding of fusion to the technological developments on high temperature plasma, strong magnetic fields, new special materials, control devices, combined with a unique regulatory new approach to have adequate safety standards in place. Brazil is following the latest development on fusion energy very closely. Capacity building is a priority for us, and we are working towards the establishment of a collaborative network comprising groups of scientists linked to national research and development institutions and universities. We are also working on the update of our two tokamak devices and the construction of a nuclear fusion laboratory, which is planned to be fully operational within 5 years. We are laying the groundwork to further efforts in this field back home, and thus welcome the establishment of the World Fusion Energy Group under the aegis of the IAEA, which will certainly provide a fruitful platform for we all. It's important to mention that the international community is now faced with a challenge on how to conduct an energy transition, preserving the environment and overcoming, not avoiding, because it's too late to avoid climate change. The answer to that question can only be found through joint efforts, collaborative platforms, and multilateral cooperation to optimize the use of all energy sources, fusion being one among them. Finally, I would like to emphasize that fusion energy is not the energy of the future, but the path to an equitable and sustainable future in order to deliver to the society a safe and affordable technological solution to the huge energy demand in the decades to come. Thank you. I have a point looking for all this technological development that we are looking for and waiting from the roadmap to reach a fusion power plant. What about the potential spin-off that can come together with all this investment in new knowledge? Couldn't it be a kind of attractive for other industries, not for only the energy or the fusion, but other sectors that could take advantage of this new technology and create a kind of innovation roadmap and put these new products to offer new services and products to the society, not only the fusion at the end, but the whole way we have to follow until we reach the fusion. Could there be some help to financing the process, the whole process? That's my point.
Absolutely. Fusion is an industry, and it will have connections to lots of other industries. We already see that, and it's bi-directional. So if you go to our plant outside of Boston, you would find large pieces of equipment that are adapted from oil and gas. They're 80% oil and gas, like an LNG refrigerator, but then turned sort of fusionified by large suppliers. Then you're also seeing that go back. You're seeing alloys go back. You're seeing magnets is something that has gone back already into these other industries. And so I think it's a virtuous feedback loop. And it expands the number of people that are participating, and it also expands the finance. So like we actually have, I think we had probably the first debt in Fusion, which was actually debt to expand a supplier based on an order book of supplying Fusion. And I think that will keep going, and that supplier now can get other business because of that investment. So I see it as this big flywheel.
That's not exactly a question, but I would like to explore the concept of Mr. Ryan about innovation and commercialization, how these two things must walk together. It's very important. And give a counterexample. For instance, the brothers Wright developed the plane and commercialized it, worked hard to do that. For the other side of the Atlantic, Santos Dumont developed his own plane, but he didn't have the impulse to commercialize it. In fact, his second model, the Demoiselle, was considered the grandfather of all modern planes because the number of innovation he put on that plane. And he had other inventions like the wrist watch, electric shower, and even a stair that you are obliged to initiate to climb with the right foot because he was a very superstitious man. So he has no impulse about to commercialize his invention. That's point I think is very important, the innovation, and see how this can be commercialized to attract the enterprises, the private companies, and then put the result to serve the society. Just to explore this idea. Thank you, Mr. Ryan.
Yes.